So when you start getting into recording, you start thinking of all the pieces of gear that you need, all the things you want to upgrade to. A lot of us, we jump to microphones, we jump to studio monitors, controllers. There's a whole bunch of things, and one of, if not the most important thing, is your preamp. And the longer you do music, the more you understand and appreciate a preamp, different styles of preamps and different flavors that they all bring to whatever you are recording. So on today, we're going to do a review of the Lang 312L 500 series preamp from Heritage Audio. Let's go. Hey everybody, I'm Keith. If you're new here, please like the channel, subscribe, hit the notification bell to get more videos like this. So the Lang name has a long history dating back to the 1950s, and they made a lot of unique and a lot of great gear back then. Then the company ended up dissolving around 1960, and in the 2010s, Heritage Audio revived the name. And Lang Audio used to make some really great New York style preamps, you know, API style type preamps. And Heritage Audio decided to continue that legacy by bringing back this Lang 312L 500 series preamp. Before we start, let me just say the unit that I have, Heritage Audio did send to me. However, they are not sponsoring this video. They did not tell me what to say. All the opinions and thoughts are of my own. They don't get a chance to watch this before it's out, so just take everything with a grain of salt. And also, for this entire video, you are listening to me through my Lawton Audio LS208 directly into the Lang 312L, directly into the camera. So the Lang 312L right now, the taping of this video, is $349. And like I said, it's an API style type of preamp, so you know you can compare it to your APIs, your Cappy VP26, and there's a lot of other manufacturers that make a lot of different API style type of preamps. I also have in my studio the Warm Audio WA12, which is a API New York style type of preamp as well. So let's go over some of the features of this preamp. So at the top of this preamp, you have your Lang Electronics logo on it. You also have the input gain knob, which I definitely do like this teardrop shape of it. And with this gain knob, you get plus 15 dB to plus 90 dB, which is crazy. Then the button right under that says ribbon and SM7. And what this is just another gain lifter that gives you an additional 25 dB of gain. So if you have an SM7 or if you have a ribbon microphone, you can definitely use this and you'll have more than enough gain for whatever you're recording. Under that, you have the phase button. Then you have the 48 volt phantom power button. And then you have a mic pad that attenuates 20 dB of gain. Then you have your combo jack, which is XLR and 1/4 inch. And then you also have a DI light indicator, which I really like. So when you plug in your cable into the DI, light actually indicates to let you know, hey, you're recording DI, right? So the build quality of this unit is built very, very well. I love great feeling, great quality products and great quality preamps. I feel like now in my career, I am just over flimsy knobs, things breaking after a while, components need to be replaced, and I can just appreciate a well-made product. So the gain knob feels really well. You don't get any weird artifacts in your audio signal when you're adjusting the gain knob. The buttons feel pretty nice. Feels like a very premium product. I have it sitting in my Midas L6. I was able to use this preamp on a bunch of sessions, so what we are going to do is we are going to dive into some audio examples. So for this first song, what I did was I used the Lang 312L on kick and on bass guitar. So what we'll do first is let's just play the kick solo by itself with nothing on it, and you can just hear how it sounds. I really do like the sound of it, what it did to the kick. It didn't make like the low end like super woolly and woofy, but you still get it and you still get that great tick from it as well. So let's play it again. I'll add the SSL G channel on it for you. so you can just hear how it sounds. So that's how it sounds. So here's the in context of the drums. Here's how it sounds in the context of the entire mixer you just hear. Cool, so that's a little bit how it sounds in the mix. So let's go to the bass guitar. We'll do the same thing. Here's the bass, nothing on the bass whatsoever, and let you hear how it sounds. So this thing records bass so well, and I could see me using this on bass for a lot of different sessions. I love how it still maintains the fullness of it, but with some preamps, when you're tracking bass, sometimes you lose either the low end or the high end, but this has great translation, is very clean. And the only things I added to it in this mix is a little dip around 155 and Pro Q, and then I just have R bass on it, like literally. So this is what it sounds like. And literally just with a simple EQ, barely EQing it, and just some compression, and this thing sounds so good. So I'll play this again in the mix so you can hear it in context. Cool. So in this next audio example, what I did was I put it on female lead vocals so we can hear how it sounds, and we'll do it the same way. I'll play it solo, and then we'll add some plugins in and then play it in the mix so you can just kind of hear how it sounds.
Nobody greater. Oh, hey, there's nobody greater. There's nobody greater. Oh, to get by.
Cool. So that is it. So it does well with vocals. I do feel like, however, in the mid range, it's doing, it's doing a little bump. It's there's some information in the mid range that immediately me hearing it, I just want to start notching and taking things out. But it does pretty well. I do like the fact, and I wasn't pushing it real hard for this vocal, but when she starts to get loud, it breaks up just a little bit. I do like the saturation and the way it breaks up. It's not super harsh, it's super musical, and it's not, bad to the ear. So I'll just play that part.
Nobody greater. Oh, to get by.
So I'll play this part again with some plugins, and so you hear.
Nobody greater. Oh, hey, there's nobody greater. There's nobody greater. Oh, to get by.
And here's it in the context of the.
Nobody greater. Oh, hey, there's nobody greater. There's nobody greater. Oh, to get by.
So here are my thoughts on the Lang 312L. When I tracked it for a kick drum, I enjoyed it. I think I really liked it the most when I used it on bass guitar, and that was DI bass guitar, by the way. I really liked it the most when I used it on the bass guitar. For vocals, I think I have other preamps that I would probably use before I would use this on vocals. It's very usable. It does not sound bad on vocals at all. However, I feel like there are some options that kind of favor vocals a little bit more, in my opinion. But for bass guitar specifically, this thing like is clean. This thing shines, and by all means, it's not a clean preamp. But I mean, like it just the mojo, the feeling that it actually captures for bass guitar is. That's what I would use it for. That's for sure what I would use it for. I definitely want to know your thoughts. Tell me if you like it. Tell me what you would use it on. Tell me what you think it would sound great on. Let me know if you ever want to see a shootout with this compared to something else. Now, for comparison's sake, compared to my Warm Audio WA12, I will say that I like this better than that. Because for the WA12, honestly, I only use that mainly on guitar and on bass, and I really do feel like for a bass guitar, the Lang just did better. The Lang was just able to recreate some harmonics in that bass that I don't think the Warm does. And by all means, out of the gear that Warm Audio makes, I like the WA12. To me, it sounds great, but I do feel like the Lang for bass guitar, for me, kind of does it a little bit better. But yeah, that's my thoughts. So I'm really interested to hear what you think of the Lang 312L. It is a great preamp. I feel like this is a great preamp to add to your locker. If you don't have an API style preamp, or if you just need something with different flavor, this has the flavor, and you can definitely get a lot out of it if you hit the pad and you drive into the transformer. It sounds amazing. So I appreciate you staying to the end of the video. If you would, hit the like button, subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Oh, and check the description. There's a bunch of free stuff in the description, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.